Hi folks, we are back with the 8 Regents tournament and we are going to watch a very important game. In the Tyrell Night's Watch matchup, it's now 5-3 in favor of Tyrell. 2 match points basically, and the first one is Robert Charvat, our star player, against Hassan. So we'll see how it goes. It's about to start, and we had some luck with the last few games, the pairings, the matchups. I mean, we chose really nicely, and the games played out pretty easily. But this one, well, we'll see. So Robert is playing Bannerline. That's supposed to be one of the very strong decks that Tyrell has. I have not looked at the deck, so might contain some surprises. And it's up against Night's Watch Banner of the Wolf, which is for sure a wall deck. I mean, a 6-cost wall, of course, not the core wall. We have Queen's Crown, which can already put some characters into the discard pile. And we have King's Landing. That's going to recycle stuff like Harrenhal, right? To be super annoying. That works against Shadows as well, because it can do its thing in any phase. 2 cards in Shadows and Osmond in play without any gold. No econ. Is it a more of a rush type, or is it more of those removal effects from Shadows? That's the question. And the other question is, what works better against this Night's Watch deck? I personally couldn't tell you. Don't have the experience in this matchup from either side. There goes Hob. That's nice. Well, Tyrell Lion is one of the top decks in the game, and Night's Watch Wolf is not. So there's that. But it's such a specific deck with a play style that wins many matchups, and I'm just hoping that this is not one of them. We could see now, for instance, just a Yorn coming in and taking Osmond or something like that. And it's a big swing. So it has lots of tricks. Would be nice to get, for instance, the red keep. You can cancel the most annoying trigger every round. Here we go. So it's already going to put Jaime in the discard pile. Now if you play white swords, you could grab them back, but they might not be there. For instance, Hassan could just marshal the wall now for the gold and take Jaime. No locations for Robert, so could he possibly have political disaster? That would be so nice in this matchup. He's kept 4 gold. Yeah, there goes the wall. That is annoying. It's already going to put Jaime into play, and then what do? You can do military and kill him off. Goes in your dead pile, and it's a dead card for you then. So yeah, king in the north to stop this from happening, and red keep. Now he's put in Messenger Raven, so if military is initiated now, I wonder. Does he keep Jaime? We're about to find out, because Robert is not wasting any time. Probably going to get marched as well if he keeps 2 big characters. March benefits the wall always. Jaime defends, so I guess he's going to be taken maybe. Otherwise he could have tried to attack back. Yeah. Should be renown. He's not forced to stay in play though. Maybe mutinies are also a thing. Let's have another House Lord and Knight. Just get rid of this Messenger Raven. There's one in hand. Well, I know that this deck sometimes just gives no chance to the opponent at all. But yeah, Knights which is used to playing without a board and just relying on that wall and Queen's Crown. There must be choices. Okay, Green Apple Knight. Since it's not staying in play and not exactly a struggle to do multiple challenges, I'm guessing might be slightly disappointed with that. Hitting Milk, not bad, because if Knight of Flowers is there to stay, you want him free so that he can get renown. I think this deck is so good at just removing characters that you can never really count on it, and the power that really counts here is the one on the faction card, giving lots of cards away for Late Summer Feast. Trying to be quick. Problem is Boros. Okay, Boros is staying, right? Unless you want to bring him back, which you could because he's so valuable, but you don't want a march on yourself where you lose Osmond. So yeah, if he is taken from the with the wall from the discard pile at any point, seems like shouldn't really find a card in the Nightwatch deck. Non-Lannister Knight. Seems unlikely. 5-0. Not a rush deck though. And here comes Mutiny, getting rid of the dupe of the Knight of Flowers. Now Boros and White Swords are podded, I think still, so that means can't play White Swords to put the dupe back in. Now we might see Morghulis, but Robert has immediately chosen Plot. Vanquish. Well, that's 3 uniques in the dead pile. Can be stolen either, but it's not exactly brilliant. And letting Hassan go first on this occasion. Can do Queen's Crown into wall. At the moment it's this Green Apple Knight. We know there is also a House Florin Knight in hand. Yeah, I can put Robert Strong there. But if Green Apple Knight is put into play, it's just going to be discarded back. Now, is there any veteran builders or stuff like that? Okay, as this, that's useful. Can put Green Apple Knight into play, and then Robert Strong with the wall. That's a tough defender. Difficult for Vanquish to get around him. Too bad he didn't have a clever find or something to just keep characters alive. It's tough, that pile, and I wonder what he's playing as a reset. You could just play the Harris to keep them alive, but it's a setback whatever happens. And there is the veteran builder. Doesn't have a target at the moment if he stands the wall. Although if House Florin Knight is played, then you could sack veteran builder to put the knight back in. Well, anything good? Because if there isn't, Games can quickly go downhill. Yeah, Mutiny was a big play, because he was duped. Now there's still, even if he is, if you play Morghulis and then you do a Ramsey, so also surely in this Banner of the Wolf deck you can still get rid of characters that way. Okay, and this is not good. Not good at all here. Now if any challenge is done, puts power on the faction card, and seems like the High Tower Knight should be able to take it back. But at the moment he can do power, which is just opposed, and he can do military, which he cannot win. So it's a waste of a round, and could go into March next round since he's the only character. Yeah, not doing anything, and Robert does power, which he wins, but no power to steal off the faction card, so no obvious benefit and nothing to come in. Now there's power for dominance. Yeah, power challenge is going to be the big one to control, because this deck, Night's Watch Wolf, is slow. Okay, it steals all the characters and it's just unopposed forever. It's probably going to win, but it is slow. Depends if Robert still has a hand or not, and a close call would be nice, but then, yeah, when you resurrect something, you put it straight in the discard pile for the wall, so... Any chance of a political disaster? Oh, there is, okay. Yeah, that's cutting it down to the wall, and... ooh, do you risk wall and Queen's Crown, or do you... well, King's Landing? Wall and King's Landing? Or wall and underground vault or something? And hopefully not more to come from hand, although I would guess hand is mostly non-characters. There's that event as well, which can be taken back to hand if you win on defense, so better not allow that to happen. Veteran Builder goes. And now what? King's Landing in the wall. Can remarshal something. Or could have, but didn't. Oh, actually, we're triggering the wall in the plot phase still, so yeah. Far away from that. Yeah, could remarshal Econ if he needs it. Or always there is this Queen's Crown as an option. Bounty, and now let's get aboard. Boom, that's one gone. Problem is that could be coming back, because Sun will collect 4 gold and still do stuff. Robert finishes marshalling, has a card in shadows. He's played Bounty, which makes me think that he has more stuff to do. So that one was from hand, right? Not from the discard pile. Yeah, King's Landing is nice against Political Disaster, but look at the cost. It's just played 6 and 4 here. It's on setup in round 1, and it's gone really well for him. Because he has such a strong ability. And the Craven on House Lord and Knight sucks, and now Veteran Builder can stand the wall and put in the Green Apple Knight as well. But no. It's going to intercept that with Burning Bright. Attacking into the one challenge that he can win. Don't want to defend, attack into that guarding, although now there's no gold. And hits Harrenhal, which is nice. Again, King's Landing is there. Okay, that pile, safest place. And any chance of doing something against this challenge? Doesn't look like it. And look at how quickly the power goes the other way, because of course can't do anything else, and Knights just feeds off your characters. How about a Morgulis? No, counting coppers, okay. Against Moricon. That's going to feed him some cards though. And now, well, Hassan goes first, but he is going to Marshal Harrenhal though, right? And that's going to make Craven. No, it's not going to make it fall off. Okay, you can attach it to your own guys. That's good to know. Okay, spend the gold. And Robert goes for Moricon. He's going to have a wasted round here. Maybe gain cards from Late Summer Feast, and then if he has a Morgulis, try with the card advantage. This is not one to lose. But he's taking it, okay. But if Morgulis is played, that's all going to the dead pile. Okay, he's not going to feed him any more cards, which slows him down, but okay. Well, if Morgulis is not in the deck, then we are in trouble anyway. Harris on this board is not the worst thing. Boom, okay. Well, any chance of 0 characters in hand for Sun, and any chance of a Nightmares for Harrenhal so that you can marshal stuff? Or does he have another round where not much happens? The problem is that Queen's Crown can be marshaled with King's Landing, and then that's going to find the character, right? Okay, so Hightower first, gets rid of Harrenhal, can be remarshalled, but faction card knelt. And not the worst card for recruiters, for Ramses, for Yorens and such. You aren't dead though now. Does he have any characters of his own? Hob is dead, or no, he's not dead, he was discarded. Maybe he's more copies. He has this, right? And we'll see. He does find the High Tower Knight, unfortunately. Just enough to do unopposed power challenge. And he has Arya as well. Yeah, all 3 challenges. Sad day. Tough deck to play against. It's not a top deck, otherwise we would be seeing it winning stuff, but just has matchups where I lost to it in testing as well with a strong deck. So 2 more plots. Power going away quickly. Morghulis is gone here. There could be a second march to the wall. Not exactly hurting Hassan. And what does Robert have? Anyone's guess, really. Tourney. Yeah, need a bigger board. So that round 1 really hurt. Round 1 just all the characters dying after that mutiny. It was late summer feast, right? So gave some cards away, which maybe helped find the mutiny, but I think that was fair enough. You have to do the challenges, get the power on the faction card, because this deck will annoyingly start to come back with the locations. And still enough, right, to marshal that. Harrenhal, okay. Robert, this keeps coming back. Still something in shadows, but best thing to do for Hassan now, I think, is Marshal Harrenhal. Will be a while before PD returns. Game is over by then, I think. And okay, Frozen Solid on this. It's not like he has triggers, I was going to say. To be fair, I can't complain about the draw, because every card we are seeing is annoying and does stuff. Every one of them, so I don't see how you could just draw with this deck into something that's not going to help you. And I don't know, the Ramses can even get through taller boards where it's fewer characters with more dupes and stuff like that, but I think that would at least have a better chance. Because now with the Knights you can do a good Morghulis, some stuff non-unique, then you clean up the rest. You really have an endless supply of characters with the wall. So I guess finding the wall is one thing. There is no obvious draw from what I've seen, but had it immediately. So as soon as that happened, game was going downhill, and now guarding the ram can be taken if this is properly defended. So hoping we'd get to 6-3 here, so that Francisco won't have the stressful final game against Lucas. Because a draw, although alright, it's yeah, it would be alright if we won the first round, but having lost that, it's not enough. We need better. We need to win this one. And against Night's Watch, that clearly is struggling a little bit in this tournament. They started really badly, but yeah, doing alright against us, and every chance they have. Lucas Abelsvensky is a terrific player in the last game. Lost the first round though, so now we are into the final plots. Robert playing it out to see if Hassan hurts himself with the last plot. Digging a little bit. So whatever you put on top, Queen's Crown can get. Which is a bit awkward, but the one you can put in hand at least is yours. Now we have this guy. Can be put into play. And yeah, everything is 3 here, so awkward again. Forced march with no board against siege preparations, running out of cards a little bit, but not particularly urgent, so well, with 8 cards in hand, and if you had unlimited gold, you can imagine a scenario where it's enough to prolong the game, but realistically pretty difficult. And this guy keeps coming back. He is bigger than House Lord Knight. Supposed to come in for free sometimes, needing Hedge Knight and stuff like that, but not to be. And now will he do the sensible thing and marshal Harrenhal? Because that's a game winner. Stops anything that comes in from shadows. Yeah. John of Slint here, right? He can sack anything because they gain the... Okay, House Lord Knight gets a trigger before he's killed, if he's killed with Harrenhal. Problem is Hedge Knight goes into his discard pile. Now what? Yeah, Golden Grow would be alright with some small counters against this, but it's not the deck, unfortunately. Mandan comes in. He is not going to cause too much trouble, I don't think. Bigger than Ramsey. But yeah, sacking or discarding the cards because of siege preparations. Jonas Lint in shadows, if he is indeed Jonas Lint, can come in and still do power. Yeah. That's enough for 14. Any tricks on defense? No. Clever feint on Mandon. Little weak. Now what do you do? Full hand again. Can't play Morgulis, 0 claim. Okay, we don't see the plots anymore, but what can you do? Coppers. Or a tourney again. It's so far away from any chance of winning. Just a mutiny for good measure. Maybe Wall tries to take some characters back now again. Although best to wait until plots are revealed. Vanquish, okay. Well, you know how it is. You can prolong the game in one way, win the power challenge to claim, you don't lose it on the return. Again, Harrenhal might be coming back. Yeah, King's Landing really strong. When that came out, people were always imagining this scenario, right? It's going to be played with Gaston Grey. Keeps coming back every round, but never seemed worth it competitively. See a few decks. But yeah, if you get the loop, it's incredibly strong. Loops for Econ. Just in case political disaster is played next round. Fortunately, this is duped and King's Landing still being annoying. Down to 19 cards in the deck. And now Nightswatch just needs to marshal everything that exists. Harrenhal first of all. Alright. This guy was still missing, right? So the one last annoying thing. And yeah, we knew this was over a while ago. Yeah, that sucks. Robert and Radek lost this round. They had some tough games, but we're still ahead, so that's the good thing. And we still have Francisco. If all three of our top players lose, then I think Nightswatch deserves the draw. But we're counting on Francisco to get the last. And so Robert is not conceding, which I think is generally a good habit unless you have perfect information. certainly people who concede before the game is theoretically lost and all the plots have not been revealed. I think they need to reconsider their tactics, but yeah, this one is over and has been over for a while, so let's drop the video here because it was so unpleasant. Hope you enjoyed it, list. If you're from the Night's Watch team, I'm sure you did. And we're counting on Francisco to win tomorrow. And actually, I'm not sure if I'll be able to record any other games from the other pairings, but it's all quite interesting because Targaryen is 5-4 ahead and there's one game to be played. Okay, Greyjoy needs to beat Reinhardt to get the draw. That's a tough prospect. Stark has lost to Baratheon, but the other one really interesting. 4-4 between Martell and Lannister, and one of the best players from Martell, David, in action, and one of the best Lannister players as well, Martin. So any result here, 6-4 either way, or 5-5 is quite possible, given the last two games. So interesting stuff. So hopefully we'll get some of that recorded, but no guarantees. So thank you for joining me and see you next time.